Child labor was high on the agenda of Ghana's lawmakers, with both sides of the House calling for concerted efforts to reduce child labor in the country. The Member of Parliament for Afadjato, Mr. Joseph Amenewode, told the law-making body that child labor in all forms is a disincentive to the development of the victim and the nation as a whole. A report by Winifred Efum.
Every year on 12th of June, the World Day Against Child Labor is observed to raise awareness about the plight of child laborers worldwide. The day was launched by the International Labour Organization, ILO, in 2002. Child labor can be defined as the employment of children in an industry or business, especially when illegal or considered exploitative. The Children's Act 1998, Act 560, sets the minimum age for admission of a child to employment at 15 years, 13 years for light work, and 18 years for hazardous work. Over the years, there have been concerns about where to draw the lines between child labor and a child who is helping their parents in their line of business. This year, the focus of the day was on supply chain, a system of moving a product or service from supplier to customer. It was to probe the roles children play in that chain. The Member of Parliament for Afadjato, Mr. Joseph Amenewode, said child labor persists and is endemic in many communities.
Urgent action is needed now because child labor denies boys and girls their right to be safe from harm, to quality education and vocational training, and to play and rest. Freedom from child labor is a fundamental human right, and alongside the other fundamental principles and rights at work, in particular freedom of association and the right to collective bargaining, it is indispensable for the achievement of decent work for all.
Members from both sides of the House were in favor of the presentation.
Many children work in homes as domestic servants, and many are not treated well at all because there's no platform for them to spell out clearly what their obligations are and indeed what their rights are. Secondly, you will find in the quarries across the length and breadth of this country where young people, because they have to eat, they are sent to these quarries, dangerous work, cracking the stones with serious adverse implications for their eyesight, and even the posture, the way they have to sit down and crack these stones. It's happening all over our country, and we need to do something about it.
In the first place, lack of education to our own people to let them understand that their children whom they give out are actually sometimes even sold out like goats and sheep is very, very important. Sometimes it becomes that relatives are even involved. They go in, they take these children, they are not able to care for them, they give them out to anybody at all, and there the problem starts.
I want to call on our ministry, particularly the Ministry of Local Government, to revert its minds and have influence, touch on this matter, bring it to the fore for it to become a real national issue.
Ideally, if we were to enforce our basic constitutional provisions that every Ghanaian child of school-going age must be in school and is in school, that would have been the best way of alleviating it.
In Ghana, the day was celebrated with the launch of a national protection policy by the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection.